Good morning, party people. It's your boy, True King, aka Michael P. In the place to be. You already know, and this is the Cafe Morning Grind Show. Y'all know what it is. Run that intro. Good morning, party people. How are you all doing? I hope your week was very great. I hope you steady progressing on your journey, getting to that success, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to success. You know what I mean? Getting to that bag, doing what you gotta do, self-improving, you know what I'm saying? Making a better you. I hope your week was well. I hope you're steady growing. It's all what I'm saying. I hope you got your coffee. This is going to be a fabulous show. You know what I mean? I got some interesting things to talk about. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know what I mean? So first thing on the show, you know what I mean, we're going to get into a little bit of dating. I know y'all like, man, those that have been watching me, like, man, why you get into the dating thing, It's been really interesting, you know what I mean? And it's, low-key, not low-key, high-key, affecting the country, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. So, hey, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. But within the dating segment, we're going to talk about, you know what I mean, if roles were reversed, you know what I'm saying? I got some little funny skits here, you know what I mean, that I pull on my TikTok, you know what I mean? For those of you that want to follow me on TikTok, I'll probably post it, you know what I mean, on the description and everything and what's not, so on my social media things of that nature. But I be into some goofy stuff, you know what I mean. But I seen some, if the roles were reversed skits that I want to point out there, you know what I mean. So moving forward on that, have dating coaches lost their way? We got a couple of people that I really want to dive into. The David Cooley downfall. You know what I mean? The No Fugazi podcast. What is going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got a lot of things going on with that. And then, the Queen Maker gets a wake-up call. You know what I mean? Those are a couple of dating coaches that I am very aware about as of right now, but I will pull some more out. But, that I think a lot of them will start to get their wake-up call. Well, we're going to get into that. Also, in the Cafe Morning Grind news, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? CMG News. That's what I'm going to call that segment. I like to dive into the news a little bit. But anywho, we're going to talk about the birth rate crisis of the U.S. You know what I mean? Yes, we are declining as people. We starting to dwindle down a little bit. Hopefully we don't go to extinction, but we are going to get into that. And for the main topic of the day in Cafe Morning Grind, we're going to get in to plan for the best in your journey to success. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to your journey and success. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. It's all about that journey, you know what I mean? Getting back into that Cafe Morning Grind original. I steered left and right a little bit, you know what I mean? I got to find where my lane is, you know what I'm saying? That's all. It's all in the journey. It is all in the journey. We're steady growing. We're steady moving, you know what I mean? But without further ado, let's get into this thing. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot to mention, actually, people are actually, a lot of women out here are actually freaking out about this dating, not dating, but cooking with Kaya, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the button I meant to hit. Cook it with Kaya. Hey, look, I like cooking with Kaya, and a lot of men apparently do. So without further ado, I got some clips that I want to show you all. Women are upset, you know what I mean? And there's a reason why they're upset, you know what I mean? Hold on, let me switch my cameras here. You know what I mean? I said switch my cameras, but that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant at all. You know, but it's all good. It's all good. It is all good. I'm gonna pull this thing up for you guys. Bada bing, bada boom. Getting to it, getting to it. Got a couple of things going on here. You know, boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna share my screen real quick just to so y'all can see what's going on. I got a couple of things set up for you guys. Here we go. Bada bing. Oh, we are on. Got the screen up here. You know what I mean? We growing over here. We are growing. You know what I mean? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, she gyrating. Yeah, so you I'm guessing y'all already see what's going on right now, you know what I mean? Why men are infatuated with Miss Kaya, you know what I mean? She's she's out here, gyrating a little bit. She cooks really well. Did you see that meal plate? Did you see that meal plate? Did you see it? Did you see it? Outside of the job rating, outside of the good looks, with the good looks is a big plus too. It's a really big plus. You know what I'm saying? But outside of all of that, my girl, she out here looking good, but she can cook though. She can cook, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to, women cooking and actually can cook. Shouts out to that. Cook it with Kaya. Cook it with Kaya. Cook it. Hey. That's my new favorite little TikTok channel, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Watch some good meals get cooked. Watch the beautiful girls. Hey. Call me perverted. Hey, a good looking woman that can cook, you know what I'm saying? That's a man's dream. Shouts out to that, you know what I'm saying? Where my dogs at? Y'all know what it is. That's good looking. That is good looking. You know what I mean? Whoo, Jesus. Hey man, look, check this out one more time. Look at this. Before I do. Welcome to another video. Look, wait a minute. Look at that breakfast. Look at that breakfast. Who don't want to eat that? You got the strawberries and a big side of eggs and. I think that's grits or something. It look, whatever it is, it look good. I just want me a plate. You know what I mean? I just, I wonder how much she'll charge, to come over here, dressed up like that and cook me a meal. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Oh yeah, man. I need to hit her up and be like, how much you'll charge to come over here? Cause I'm trying to get some of that. I'm trying to watch that cook in the kitchen, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get, you know what I mean? Beautiful. She's a good looking chick, you know what I'm saying? And she got a look. You know what I'm saying? It make you pause for a second, you're like, oh. You know what I'm saying? But look, check this out. You got a lot of people out here they're a little upset. Look at this. She got the pan. Oh my God! She the best cook that I ever seen since we. My boy can't even get his words out. He's sweating. Look at him. People are upset, man. People are upset. With not people. Women. A lot of women out here are upset. They're very upset. They're very, very, very upset. And the reason is because, it's a mirror held up in their faces. A lot of women these days don't like cooking for their dudes anymore. Me personally, if a chick is dating me, you know what I mean? It's a requirement. You know what I'm saying? If I'm dating a chick, it's a requirement. That's just me. You know what I mean? I've always been like that. This is not no new, oh yeah, he found the red pill space. No, I've always been like that. Every chick that I've ever dated have cooked for me. You know what I mean? That is a requirement. I love food. I gotta have food in my life. Without it, I lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? I just lose it. You know what I mean? Or just, perish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Either one is gonna happen, and I'd rather not do neither. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose my mind, nor do I want to perish. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay here as long as I possibly can. So I need food in my life. You know what I mean? I can cook. My mom's can cook. My sister can cook. So that's a requirement for me. But no, apparently women don't want to do that no more. You know what I mean? They want to get in a relationship with a guy, monkey branch, do all these different things that is talked about in the red pill space. You know what I mean? But yeah, not just in the red pill space, it's just about men in general. There's a lot of men that's not in the red pill space that talk about that. You know what I mean? So they apparently are upset because it holds a mirror to their face. And if they are cooking, you know what I mean, they lack going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your body tight. The girl looks good. She goes to the gym. I think she said every once in a while, like once or twice a week. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. Shouts out to that young girl keeping her body in line. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to I always commend people going to the gym. Keep your body in shape. Stay healthy. Stay living large out here. You know what I'm saying? You got to live life to the fullest. You got to keep yourself intact. You know what I mean? You got to stay healthy. You got to stay moving. You got to keep that heart pumping. A lot of people don't understand that your heart is a muscle. It is a muscle, so you have to use it. You got to keep your blood flowing. You know what I mean? You got to get your heart rate up every once in a while. You can't just sit on your tail, you know what I'm saying, and just not do anything, you know what I'm saying? Wrong. It's wrong. You can't do that, or, when you're not going to survive past 60, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's another mirror that she's holding up to their faces right now. You know what I'm saying? She look good. She keep herself together. You know what I mean? And she shake a little ass every once in a while. Shouts out to her. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want. That's all we want. And then she's very soft spoken. She speaks like a lady. You know what I'm saying? A young lady speaks like a lady. You know what I mean? Her tone of voice. She's not loud. She's not obnoxious. You know what I mean? She's not overly aggressive. You know what I mean? She's not none of those things. She's none of those things. I mean, at appearance, she's not none of those things. So, it's a big mirror held up to a lot of these chicks' faces, and they're upset. They are upset. Hold on, let me pull some clips on the upset, the anger fulfilled here. You know what I'm saying? And we got some silly remarks that goes along with that. You know what I mean? But well, first, oh, you know what? Here we go. I'm gonna pull it up here. Boom, boom, boom. Share screening.
Cooking with Kaya is just another example that y'all ain't really girls. And I just love how y'all keep
I actually with this one, she's not very upset. She's pretty much gonna repeat what I just said. It's a mirror held up, but she touches more on keeping yourself together. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm always going to commend people to keep themselves together. Hell, you know what I mean? I just left the gym this morning. You know what I mean? I go at least about 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Get my coffee, get my water. After I finish shooting here, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go, make my protein shake, drink my protein shake throughout the day because I'm a small guy. So, I need some weight gainer, you know what I mean, here. But it is what it is, Don't sleep on me, though. I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm strong, you know what I'm saying? And I got these hands. Stop playing with me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, respect my gangster, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'ma chill. But anywho, I'm gonna let her cook.
exposing yourself that the girls thing ain't real. I've been saying the girls thing wasn't real for a long time, and everybody thought that I was just being mean. But now everybody's finally getting to see that I wasn't being mean. I was being honest. It's not real. Y'all are mad, and I'm gonna say jealous at the fact that there's a bunch of men making videos talking about how attractive this Cooking with Kaya girl is. And she is a nice looking girl with a nice natural body. And y'all are sitting up talking about, I don't get the hype. Let me sit you down and look you in your face when I tell you this. It's not for you to get the hype.
Right.
It's not for you, right? If men are getting online and saying that they find her to be attractive, you questioning why they find her attractive is weird. These men keep telling y'all that they like natural women. They want a naturally attractive girl with a nice fit body. She fits all of that. She got a nice natural face. She got a nice natural body, right? But y'all are so hung up and so brainwashed by these BBL outrageous proportioned bodies that you just find it so hard to believe that men could just like a natural fit body. Like,
I see what she's doing. She's cooking.
You can't fathom that because you're so brainwashed that you think that out of proportion body is what everybody want because that's what you want. That's what you think look good, right? You think all that makeup with them bust down wigs is what everybody want because that's what you like, right?
Yo, I would have touched on that. The bust down wigs, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute.
Oh my God!
Yeah. First off, before I touch on that, I'm gonna tell y'all. So, hey, yo, this is why I love being black, because black people always got jokes, yo. Yo, black people are naturally comedic. Shouts out to black people, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, she said disproportionate bodies and bust down wigs. The wigs though, oh my God. I don't know why is this a new thing? You know, it's mostly like the ratchets and the straggles, you know what I mean? That have these, you know, wigs with the lace front showing and the glue showing. That shit is ugly as hell, yo. You know what I'm saying? Is ugly, yo. It really is. They got the fake baby hair going on their forehead. It looked like it looked like they got overgrown hair coming down to their eyes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know. Hey, I'ma chill, but I'm just being honest, man. I'm being honest, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to bash women here, but I don't know how that became a thing. You know what I'm saying? I understand like the whole chili thing with the finger waves back in the day. I'm telling my age, but like you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I'm not sure if these youngest, you know, are getting that from that era. You know what I mean? I think it just suddenly became a fad. You know, over time it became a big fad, and now everybody's doing it, but they doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? You got to use your own hair that or at least make it look natural. It look like it detaches from your hair. You know what? Next week I'm gonna give y'all some examples of that. You know what I mean? It just looks horrible with this chick. You know, I like her hair. She's actually kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? You know, I would say tighten up a little bit. But, you know, anywho, she's cooking. You know what I'm saying? The bust down wig, I completely agree with her on that. You know what I'm saying? It looks horrible. Like, why? Can somebody tell me how that became a fad? Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I'm going to let her cook.
You like that Jada way to look. You like that Ari look. So you assume that that's what every man must fantasize about. No, it's not. It's not, and they keep telling y'all that. But again, because y'all are still so silly and stupid that you keep mixing in what men like to sleep with, what men lust after versus what men actually like, because you still can't separate that in 2024, you still keep defaulting to this BBL bust down Instagram baddie look as being every man's dream. And it's not. It's your dream. You want to look like those girls. You want to be those girls. And you're projecting it onto men. Cooking with...
Yo, shouts out to Didi for cooking. Shouts out to Didi for cooking. I mean, but it's reality. It's reality. That's been a conversation for the last like 5-10 years now. You know what I mean? At least from what I've seen. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of chicks, you know, mistake, you know, lust over, you know, like true desires. You know what I mean? Lust is just like, oh, okay, I want to hit that for the night. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, then I'm a bounce, I'm a pill. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she want round 2 and round 3. You know what I'm saying? The next day or next week, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You know, shouts out to, you know, my recreational women out here. You know what I'm saying? No. Y'all help us get to our help us men get to our success pretty well. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta, you know, we just gotta pay a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Move a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I mean? Pay a little bit. You know, keep pushing. You know what I mean? And you know, shouts out to them. You know what I'm saying? But you know, all in all, you know, a lot of chicks really truly want relationships. You know, and consistently dress or represent themselves as a 304, you know what I mean, is very confused between, you know, a fling and a relationship. You know what I mean? They think they could just throw their little poom poom out, and you know what I mean? They were like, oh, I'm gonna get a relationship like that. I'm gonna keep them like that. You know what I mean? Like, who told you you had that fire poom poom? You know what I'm saying? Wrong button.
Emotional damage.
Who told you that? No, nobody told you that. I don't. If they did, they was lying to you. To, you know, keep hitting that poom poom. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh my God!
You know. Like, y'all gotta stop confusing that. You know. Because not every guy is like moved by the poom poom. You know what I'm saying? They like it, they want it, sure. We all do. You know what I mean? As men, you know, who don't like the poom poom? Shouts out to the poom poom. You know what I'm saying? Who don't like it? You know what I mean? I love it, but it's one of those things. Like, it's not a high priority. Like, you know, it. You know, when it comes to relationships, is relate. Key word in that, the key word within that compound word is relate. It's like, yeah, you got the poom poom, but how can I relate to you? You know what I mean? How can you add to me as well as what are the opportunities for me to add to you? It is what it is, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to touch on that, what she said. She cooked. She very well cooked, you know what I'm saying? You know, let me show you the other, you know, cringing clips I got right here, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, nigga, you heard what the fuck I said.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do.
Look at her face. Wait a minute.
Bad bitches still exist. Loyal bad bitch. Nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. She set the standard high for y'all hoes. I swear to God. Fuck out of here. You can get me on camera all day. You know, some little beats made me happy. Man, fuck out of here. Fuck the
She's a pod. Hold on. I got one more. I got two more.
I'm gonna be honest. Cooking with Kaya is the least of your worries. She's not really after your man. One that you really should be worried about is the bitch that looks like Bowser. Your man is creeping on that on the late night.
This is an anime chick talking smack though. Like, look, check it out.
All she gotta do is bring a pack of hot Cheetos and some Black and Milds, and he's there. Cooking with Kaya. Y'all can't be that intimidated by a young fly girl with a big butt and a plate of food. I told my man don't follow her so I can enjoy the content, but I like her. As long as she stay up away from my man. Kaya. I'd go over there for a plate of that, 100%. And the cheeks as well, yeah. sorry. For me personally, I'm not doing all that cooking for no niggas. Half of them, we don't even know what's going on with them. They're mutated. I'm not cooking all that food for you to go chill out with Becky with a full stomach. No. I'm gonna be.
And this is why it's a threat. I'm gonna let my boy cook one more time, and then we gonna move on. You know what I'm saying?
Cooking with Kaya blowing up has proven two things to me, alright? One, us fellas, bro, we're real simple creatures. All you really gotta do is look good, cook good food, shake a little ass, and we happy, bro. It don't take too much to make us happy. Just do those three things, we happy, bro. And two, shorties really hate other shorties for no reason. Why do y'all hate Kaya? What did she do other than cook some food and shake a little ass?
Right.
Instead of getting up and getting in the kitchen and learning how to cook some damn food yourself. You mad at the person who actually learned this skill on how to cook food? What? Bro, I done seen
Yo,
like
this comment is
5
wild.
TikToks and I'm hearing Twitter is in a fucking uproar over cooking with Kaya. Y'all really upset Shorty look good and know how to cook? Y'all just mad because y'all can't just get through life just looking good? Y'all need to have, you know, a skill? Like, what the fuck? Y'all mad she can cook? And
Right.
I'm thinking Shorties was like joking and shit. Nah, they genuinely don't like Kaya. Kaya, keep doing your thing. Cook that food and look good. Cooking with
Right, cook that food and look good. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yo, he weird with that body. I don't understand about what happened to the do-rag era. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yo. But anywho's, this comment right here is wild. This, you know, it said eating out Kaya. That's what, yo. That's what.
Hey, chill.
Yo, the internet is a wild place, man. The internet is a wild place. But like I said, yo, ladies, stop being mad. Stop being mad. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Ain't none of y'all dudes hitting that. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they are, then that's probably your fault. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I ain't lying. You know what I mean? It's the truth. You know what I mean? It probably is your fault. Hey, get in the kitchen, get in the gym. You know, and then you while you in the kitchen, your dude sitting in the living room or something like that, or adjacent from the kitchen or something like that. You know, start twerking a little bit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look. You might get some extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. Hey. I'm just keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? To get in the kitchen, cook some real good food, and start twerking. I promise you're gonna steal that man's heart, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey, look, I'm just telling you what we men like, you know what I'm saying? But anywho's, we are moving on, you know what I mean? Cooking with Kaya. You know what I'm saying? We moving on. We are moving on. And don't talk about my Cabbage Patch. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my mid-30s. Don't talk about my Cabbage Patch. All right, moving on. All right. Next on the menu here, I got some other little skits and what's nots. You know what I'm saying? Talking about if roles were reversed. You know what I mean? If the man was the, you know, it played the roles of the woman in a relationship, and the woman played the roles of a man. How would that look? This is just funny little skits. You know what I mean? This is kind of touch on a subject. I don't want to make it too serious. You know what I mean? You got the red pill community for that. You know what I mean? I think this is fun. I like talking about things in this nature. You know what I mean? I think some of it is actually kind of funny. It's actually funny. You know what I mean? But if the roles were reversed, here we go. I got 2 clips for y'all. I think this couple is really, really funny. You know, here you go. Hold on here.
Let's stay for a while.
I can't play the music. Look, she's struggling. She got the saw upside down. Look at this. She like, I gotta pay for this. Waiting on you to get in the car. And it's really funny. It's really funny. It's like, jokes are just, an exaggerated mirror of reality. You know what I mean? And I really think I can't really play the sound on here, and they're not really speaking or anything like that. It's just music going on, and it's copywritten music. You know what I'm saying? I can't really play that here on the tube. You know what I mean? They got a lot of censorship things going on here, but it's all good. That's not really censorship. That's copyright laws and things in that nature. But this couple is really funny. I think they're really funny. When I first saw this, you know what I mean? I was like, yo. But that's how it would look, though. That's how it would look, you know what I mean? If the man did what the woman does, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. You're like, here, drive. On the phone. With the kid, she trying to figure out the car. Yo, just don't pour the oil in there where the radiator is at, you know what I mean? Valvoline is a pretty good brand, you know what I mean? If I haven't told y'all already, I turn wrenches for a living as well, so, so I'm out here analyzing the car situation. But look at this. He hanging with the kid. She's struggling with the car. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I got another one. This is hilarious. Look at this. Well, she says she wants to be equal in the relationship. She's struggling to put the trash. Like, so you got to be stronger than that. You got to go to the gym, sweetheart. Look at this. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Yeah, he kissed on the forehead. Bounce, yo. She done busted her ass. Oh no. You know? Look at the kid and the dad drinking coffee. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Yo, how you sitting in the car while she trying to lift that up? That's dangerous. Yeah, he holding the light for her while he on the phone. That's messed up. That's messed up. He said, push the car. Push the car. She can't push the car. Look at her. Struggling. Anywho's, I'm going to get off of that. But if the roles were reversed, that's what it would look like. I mean, pretty much it's funny, but like that's what it would look like. That's what it will look like. You know what I'm saying? If the roles were reversed, I mean, do y'all really want to be equal? Do y'all want to really have gender equality? I mean, because we men have a hard knock life out here. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a black man. You know what I mean? You know. It is what it is. You talking about we gotta be overachievers here in America because all the isms still exist. So we have to be overachievers in everything that we do. You know what I mean? You gotta be hungry. Like like say for instance with me turning wrenches. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. So you know what I mean? I'm always gonna try to overachieve everybody. That's just me. You know what I mean? You gotta get it. You gotta go get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is for a black American male, you know what I'm saying, in America, you know what I'm saying, because we got all the classisms, R-isms, you know what I mean, all those different isms, sexisms, all these isms, there's a lot of isms going on here in America, so we have to be overachievers, and apparently our women want these problems, you know what I'm saying, You probably want to chill, you know what I'm saying? You probably want to chill, but if you don't want to chill, by all means, do your deal, you know what I mean? But you're probably going to be, gender equality by yourself because most men, don't want to date another man, you know what I'm saying? Pause, you know what I'm saying? It's just not the deal, you know what I mean? Naturally speaking, what we want a woman, you know what I mean? A woman that, that has nurturing values, you know what I'm saying? She's able to nurture, you know what I mean? That she has words of affirmation to boost you up real quick, you know what I mean? She's with the cause, you know what I mean? She's very supportive. She's very, compromising, you know what I mean? She's you know, a great mother, you know what I mean? She's, you know, all that and more, you know, a woman that's soft spoken but is very powerful at the same time. You know what I mean? That the femininity, you know, like a lot of y'all, man, look, you know, I'm probably not gonna talk much about this, but a lot of y'all don't understand how powerful femininity is. Like when you able to work a room like without barely even saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Femininity is a powerful thing. A woman that's very feminine, chick can move mountains. Chick can move mountains. Mountains, bro. I've seen it with my own two eyes, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I've seen it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've seen how powerful that shit is, bro. You know what I mean? And a man, you know, in his basking his masculinity is very powerful as well. He got, you know, groups of people who follow him. He got a circle, you know what I mean? He always got support. You know what I mean? But when a woman is like, you know, it's powerful. And that's all we ask for. The simple things. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own different personalities. You don't have to be like this type of woman, you know what I mean? But long as you like, you know, represent yourself as a feminine woman, you know what I'm saying? You know, I had to make sure my look, because I got caught up last week, you know what I mean, with my mic being muted. But, you know, long as that's all we ask is a feminine woman. You know, now then the second part is do your personality, you know, I guess match with mine. You know, does it enhance my personality? Does it, you know, complements my personality? That's the word I was looking for. You know, that's the second part of it. You know what I mean? The third part of it is, of course, you know, family. You know, what are your family goals? Different things in that nature. You know, those three things right there. Those three things, femininity, relate, family. Femininity, relate, family. That's all y'all need. I promise all y'all will be in a relationship. Even if you a oogly chick, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Oh my God.
Just saying. It's reality. You know what I'm saying? It's reality. That's just what it is. But we're going to move on from the subject. I don't want to keep touching on this subject. I didn't have a whole lot. I just thought those skits was funny because Shorty was over there struggling. You know what I'm saying? And my boy was sitting there like, oh, you got it. You got it. But that's what we go through, though. You know what I mean? Like, if we struggling, we out there working on something. You know what I mean? You want to deal with a house or a car. Y'all looking like, you got it. You got it, babe. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You're a strong, you know, intelligent man. You got it. It's like, yo, nigga, I need help. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
He needs some milk. Anyways, let's move forward. Moving forward. All right. Have dating coaches lost their way? You know, yeah, I'm looking at my little pad. It ain't a notepad, it's an iPad. You know what I'm saying? You know, shouts out to Apple. You know what I'm saying? You know. You know, the funny thing about that really is, you know, I used to be, well, I still am a big Android person. I love Android over Apple, but I got Apple because, you know, I want to do the whole family connection thing. I like their little, you know, family thing, connection thing they got, you know, peer-to-peer thing they got on the phones, you know what I mean? Like, you could just FaceTime your moms and stuff like that, your sister at any point in time, you know what I mean? I think that's cool, so shouts out to them for that, you know what I mean? But, you know, Android over Apple, but at the end of the day, they make good products too. They make good products too. You know, I enjoy it. It's cool. I enjoy both, you know what I mean? But, you know, Android over Apple, you know what I mean? Just in case you want to argue, you know what I'm saying? I got receipts, you know what I'm saying? Anywho's, moving on. And they have dating coaches lost their way. So if you guys have been on the internet, you know, watching or consuming the red pill space or the dating spaces on the internet, on the YouTube, in the YouTube world, you know what I mean? There's this guy by the name of Cooley on No Fugazi podcast. You know what I'm saying? I will give a shout out to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey man, hey, but you still, I mean, he did very well for the time being that he was, hot in these streets. You know what I'm saying? But my boy is losing his edge right now, and I really think he should, he should chill out for a minute, or at least rebrand himself. You know what I mean? Because like, my boy was out here saying, single moms are recreational use only. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. I've heard him say it a couple of times, and I was like, bro, me personally, I don't really get heavy into the comments. You know what I mean? But I didn't really agree with that. You know what I mean? Single moms need love too, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, my standpoint on that is like, hey, look, if you got multiple baby fathers and multiple kids, then something is not right up here. Like, apparently you just like screwing your life up. You know what I'm saying? Like, something ain't right up here. Something ain't right up here. And you like government zaddy over, regular, men that's out here in this world that you had the kids with. You know what I mean? A lot of those women, are typically the women that like to keep the fathers out the home, but complained about, how hard it is out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? The struggles. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But like a single mom that maybe had multiple kids from a marriage or something like that, hey, look, she's still valuable, to a certain extent. You know what I mean? She might not be able to get a man that has a bunch of options and a bunch of money. You know what I mean? But she's able to get a sustainable man. Maybe she can get a man of high value that have kids himself already, and not really looking forward to pursue more kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would be a good look for her. You know what I mean? Those are what they call, I forgot the term for it, but Kevin Samuel said the term on it. I'll think of it in a minute. But yeah, is a certain type of mating. You know what I mean? Date on your level type of deal. But single moms being recreational use only. Wrong. Can't really agree with you on that one, my boy. But anywho's, so it was this whole like little propaganda that came out. You know what I mean? It wasn't really a propaganda. It was him shooting himself in the foot. Pretty much. He went on to Nice Conversations. Shouts out to them. You know what I'm saying? That's a good show. I like this show. I think it's pretty dope that what's his face? I forgot dude's name. But I think that he's doing a very good job. Got his own app, he's touring, with many different people, It's very successful. Shouts out to him again, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice conversation. Is pretty good. It got different outlooks or different takes on things, you know what I mean? Some would say it's more like blue pill or whatever, I don't really like getting in a pill and things in that nature, but yeah, they say it's more on that side. If I was to give it a name, sure, you know what I'm saying, there's more on that blue pill side. But anywho's, yeah, he was so this the whole thing. They was on Tonight's Conversation podcast instead of a live show, and he said some things. Hey, I think I got the clip right here, Yeah, I got the clip right here. Let me pull it up for you guys.
Girls that are modern don't qualify for the top tier men usually. That's just a fact.
I disagree.
No, they qualify for recreational use only. They'll smash those single moms. They'll smash those chicks in the club and stuff, but they don't wife them up. You got no ring, you got no true commitment because you don't qualify, man. These niggas lie to you. Like I said, if you want to get rich, you lie to people that want to be lied to. If you want to make a living, you tell the truth to people that want to be told the truth to. If you want to be broke, you tell the truth to people that want to be lied to. I don't care about going broke. I'm here to tell the truth. You modern day women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth. Okay, girl.
I hope I don't get hit with that because I'm not sure if that was copywritten instrumental or whatever, you know, hopefully I don't get hit by that. But you see what he said. So on there, it went from there to everybody exposing him, and he was actually getting exposed prior to that clip. You know what I mean? There was this guy on TikTok. Can't remember his name. I would have pulled it up. I was actually looking for it for you guys, but it was this guy on TikTok who, you know, was calling him out about him saying single moms for recreational use only. But my boy is dated have had a 10-year relationship with a single mom, a single white mom at that, and 2 white kids. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Hey, chill. Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey man, I was like, yo, what? And I watched his content for a little bit, you know. I was like, oh yeah, he articulated himself very well, you know what I mean? Handled himself very well when it comes to this chick. At first I thought it was kind of like a fresh and fit, you know, replica, but you know, I was like, no, he doesn't crash out like Myron. Myron, you know, usually crash out, you know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
It is what it is on that. I'm not going to get into that heat right there. But, you know, my boy out here, you know what I mean? He handles himself pretty well. And when it comes to the panels and things of that nature, but my boy has been falling down hard ever since that clip, and people been calling him out. You know what I mean? I don't think I need to go too deep into bringing up receipts. You know, he got, you know, hey, look. If you already seen it, go check it out. You know what I mean? You got a lot of different people that cover, you know, Albert Preach, O'Shea Duke. You know what I mean? All those different peoples. You know what I mean? But yeah, my boy out here is saying things that he's not living. The downfall of No Fugazi podcast, and a lot of people are thinking that then you're Fugazi, and which he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when it comes to that, no, you know what I mean? You can't say things in that nature and no, don't live it. You know what I mean? You got to look at different people, you know, that aspect, the point of view that they come from. You know what I mean? Like when I talk about dating a little bit, I come from a certain point of view. You know what I mean? I'm point of view as far as like my experience and stuff like that. I don't have a degree in psychology, nor did I have a degree in coaching. You know what I mean? Or a license to coach or whatever. You know what I mean? But you know, when I do talk about it every once in a while, you know what I mean? I do have a degree of experience. You know what I mean? I've dated a lot of different type of women in my lifetime. So, you know, when it comes to that, and I've been through like the struggle, my heart's been broken, you know, been married, been divorced, you know, I dated a baby mama or 2, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I could speak from experience and give certain advisory to, you know, men or what have you when it comes to that certain thing. But you know, as far as my boy here, you know, it's not like he had been through it. He just kind of just says things that he had no real knowledge of. You know, the greatest teacher is experience. You know what I mean? That's I mean, you're not going to be able to get, you know, true knowledge without experience. You know what I mean? Whether you experience secondhand or firsthand, you know what I mean? Either way, you have to experience it in order to be able to give advisory or to become some type of mastery, right? You know what I mean? At whatever it is that you're giving advice on, that you're teaching, or whatever that you're doing, you have to have experience. You know what I mean? Like right now is case in point. I'm gaining experience on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Granted, yes, it's not the largest channel in the world, but the little bit of followers I do have, the mistakes that I do make, I analyze the mistake and try to grow from there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it was a mistake. So further on down the line, when my YouTube channel does become at a certain echelon, you know what I mean? Maybe a larger channel, what have you. You know what I mean? I'm able to give, you know, advisory on how to build a YouTube channel, because I've been through all the mistakes. I've been through all the, you know, the downfalls. I've been through all the, you know, the emotions building a YouTube channel. But my boy here have not been through all the channels as far as like, you know, what he says, you know what I mean? Because you don't practice what you live. I mean, you don't teach what you live, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you're not living that, then how can you teach that? So you know, and it's coming from a perspective or of like, oh yeah, don't date single moms because why? You know what I mean? Things of that nature. They're recreational use only. But you've been in a 10-year relationship with her, you know what I mean? With a single mom of another race. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta chill, my boy. And this is the downfall of Mr. Cooley. And, you know, I don't think he is a qualified, reputable personnel to be given advisory about dating because it's fraudulent. You know what I mean? Unless you're like, there was this one guy, shouts out to O'Shea, you know what I'm saying? This is one guy, that guy on debate night, because my boy has a debate night every Wednesday, right? And he asked the question, broke down the question, you know what I mean? What makes you qualify? You're a licensed coach or you're a licensed psychologist, you know, relationship psychologist or what have you. You know, and he says, no, I'm just, you know, he said, but you have to speak from experience. And my boy, he went all around the world just to not answer the question. It was frustrating. I would show that clip, but you know what I mean? Like, it was very frustrating. And I was like, bro, you going down. You going down and rebrand yourself. Stop saying single moms are recreational use only. You know what I mean? Stop doing these things. You know, get off the internet for like, take a break. Take a break. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to take a break, but hey, a good PR, right? A good public relation personnel will tell you, hey, take a break. Maybe like a few months, maybe 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Yes, your subscribers will go down a little bit, but it's okay. It gives you a chance to restart, rebrand. You can still talk about dating, but from the experience that you have. Instead of saying things like single moms or recreational use only. You know what I mean? You can't do that, my boy. You can't do it. But moving forward, my boy, you know, he falling. It's sickening, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, you know what I'm saying? All right, so check it. There's this lady named, I think, Priscilla. And excuse me if I'm butchering your name, Miss Queen Maker. You know what I mean? Also known as the Queen Maker. That's what they call her, you know what I mean? She's getting a reality check. And here's some points I brought up, you know, I kind of, you know, marked some points of a video of a video that she did on a podcast. So check this out. I got you. So, you know, before I pull up the video, just to give a little bit of background, you know what I mean? I think she's like a woman's coach, you know what I mean? And I think now is turning to a unisex coach, you know what I mean? Where she coaches men and women, you know what I mean? As far as like, you know, relationship coach pretty much, you know what I'm saying? You know, she says she's the queen maker. That's what people call her because she says she's out here creating queens and, you know, helping people relationships and helping women understand that, you know, you got to do better, you know, or try to, you know, women empowerment. That's how she originally started, was with women empowerment, you know. She's a butcher, but it's all good, you know. Everybody comes from all walks of life, you know what I'm saying? You know, I really don't support that community all that much, but it is what it is. That's just my personal preference. You know, I'm not saying anything negative, YouTube, about that community, but, you know what I'm saying? That's just my preference. Anywho's, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's a butcher. And she had this movement. She had this woman empowerment movement thing going on. She wrote a book, you know what I mean, about men, you know, I guess the dark sides of men. Or I didn't read the book or what have you, so I'm not going to speak on it too much, really, at all. You know, but she wrote a couple of books and everything. And she come to find out how daunting women are, bro. Like, yo, women are in a bad place in America. You know what I mean? Like, yo, hey, this whole like I said, this whole gender equality and dating crisis here, you know, with gender wars and stuff like that, is really getting out of hand. You know what I mean? The feminism movement, the sexual liberation is really have torn families apart. They really have, you know. Now you have gray divorces. I didn't even know that could even be a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
And it's like, yo, so families are really being torn apart. Like, yeah, and we're suffering from it. But I'm gonna get into that in a bit here. You know what I mean? So let's check out some of these clips from Miss Priscilla here. Fair use, by the way.
It has evolved because when I began doing this, I've always saw it in phases, and I've always saw it as an evolutionary path. And in my mind, I've always known that women needed a lot of help, that women needed a lot of development. But in order to start that process, women needed to know about men, because ultimately women don't know anything about men. They think they do, but they don't. They know nothing. And so a lot of women have their identities wrapped up in men. So speaking about men, men are really only like 10% of the equation. Women are 90% of the equation. So after I talked about men, men are men. They can't be anything more than that.
So you see, you know what I mean? Women barely even understand themselves, let alone understand men, is what she's pointing out here. But I'm going to let her cook.
They're not going to change. They're not going
Fair
to
use.
become cats, dogs. They're not going to evolve into women. So after I finish speaking about men, there's really nothing else to tell women about men that I haven't already told them. So once that conversation is over, now we have to turn the mirror towards women. And what you find out is that in these dynamics, 90% of the discussion has to be on women. And I find that women have a lot of problems. I find that women are very, very narcissistic, and they do not realize it. I think women lack a lot of self-awareness, and how I've taken my message, because I've got a little comedic edge, I find a way to show women themselves in a way that not many people can get women to admit that they are wrong. I have a way of getting women to admit, damn, I'm a terrible person, right? I've gotten women to see how terrible they are as friends, as relationship partners. Women are terrible relationship partners, right? But, you know, for me, it's about the truth. This is not me taking sides, because I believe that the world is in shambles. I believe that the communities are jacked up. I believe that, and all of this.
And you see a lot of guys, you know, just to touch on her point here, what's going on here, she's getting a really rude wake up call. You know what I mean? She's getting a rude wake up call, and how, and as she mentioned, that how, you know, in detriment women are, you know, how detriment of a place that women are at right now, in this day and age. You know what I mean? Women are taught to be, you know, strong and independent. You know what I mean? They don't need a man. You know, that we spend over 30 years, women spend over 30 years, you know, kicking fathers out of the house, especially in our community. And you know, I speak a lot about black community because, you know, I'm for my people. You know what I mean? No, I'm not a, you know, active activist, you know what I mean? But I will speak on it. I would love to see my people do better. But our community, needless to say, our community is suffering a whole lot from the feminism movement, from the sexual liberation, from the women empowerment movement, from the believe all women movement, because we as black people are very creative and we like to take things a little bit too far sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
And it's just what it is. But you see, she's getting a wake up call, and it is not, a lot of guys on here, in this YouTube space, in this YouTube world, even any social media space that speak strongly about dating, are not lying. You know what I mean? They're very much so not lying. You know what I mean? They're, when they talk about women don't even like each other, and you see, as a woman, she is speaking that. You know what I mean? This is something that she came to realization. Again, she is getting a wake up call, and amongst her, there are a lot of other dating coaches that are getting a rude awakening right now. It's like, man, I can't. Maybe next week I'll do a little compilation of, dating coaches that are getting a rude wake up call on what is going on. And then, not just to put the blame all on women, but it kind of is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly the women, you know what I'm saying? So, most men been the same for thousands of years, since the beginning of time, for the most part. You know what I mean? There are always going to be some simps. There's always going to be, you know what I mean, some men that's, got like really feminine traits, is over emotional. They're going to be, you know what I mean, there's going to be people that's going to be the bad apple of the bunch. You know what I mean? It is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
So, but as far as generalizing everything, it's mostly women that are the root cause of the problem. You know what I mean? Where, things are declining, where we causing, a crisis in the family and homes are being broken up. Fathers are not inside of the home, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. And yes, I know for a lot of your history buffs, they're like, no, it was a Jim Crow era, you know what I mean? Yes, Jim Crow played a major part within that, but there's one thing where a major event happened, there's another thing where we could teach, the next generation something different. We could practice something different than what that major event brought. You know what I mean? We can step out of that. Just talk about, a lot of the black people like to say, breaking curses. You know what I mean? Breaking barriers, breaking curses. You know what I mean? So that's a curse that we all have to break. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna continue to let her cook. And then there's another part of this video I want to cover too as well.
Has to do with human behavior and how the sexes relate to each other and how the sexes relate to the planet. So it's not all on men.
Fair use.
Men have their things that's wrong with them.
For sure.
I spoke about that.
But the question I was going to say is that with men, right, I feel like as a man, we're held accountable at almost every turn, right? Your mama holds you accountable, your friends hold you accountable, everybody kind of holds you accountable. Do
Facts.
you see the same type of path for women?
No.
That is a fact. That is a fact. I just mentioned it, not too long ago, like a few minutes ago. We always held accountable. It's a hard not life for us, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let them cook.
Okay.
No,
So
I think women are allowed to be, they're allowed to be delusional. They're allowed to not be disciplined. See, give you an example. If a boy child is crying and a girl child is crying, if he fell and she fell, they're gonna look at him and be like, boys don't cry, this, that, and the other one. And they'll just look at her, that's what girls do, they're just emotional. Let them cry, let them do this. Well, that's bad, because as girls grow older, they never know how to control and govern their emotions. They're allowed to allow any emotion, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, no matter what, they're allowed to express it however they want to express it. I've also come to the conclusion that, well, let me back up, because everybody knows that I date women.
right.
And when it comes to me speaking about relationship dynamics, a lot of the rebuttals always say, well, lesbian relationships have so much more violence. They only say that because they're thinking about a relationship where a man might be putting his hands on a woman. They're not including the other side of the equation where women.
I'm gonna stop her right there. I'm gonna get to another point. You know what I'm saying? But that's, people don't say that because of that. You know what I mean? They're thinking of a man, you know what I mean, or whatever. And it's like, shouts out to MTR. He covered this as well. It's almost like she's trying to convince women to swing the door the other way. You know what I mean? And a lot of women typically don't swing the other way. That's a very small percentage of the community. You know what I mean? But needless to say, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's like, science have proven that, women are a little bit more irrational, or emotionally based thought process, a very emotionally based thought process. You know what I mean? Science has proven it. You know what I mean? Statistics has proven it. Survey statistics have proven it. That most women are their logic is from an emotional place, a super emotional place. And I know what you'll like to say. All people are emotional. Yes, we're humans. Emotion just naturally exists. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point. But to speak when it comes to like data and statistics, most women come from an emotional thought process. So most women, if they're in that type of relationship, when this woman dating a woman, they usually over analyze, react over emotional, and so it usually turns into a violent situation. You know what I mean? So. And that's mostly them. When they interact with each other, it is like she just said, you know what I mean? It's like some people just contradict themselves, but she's getting a wake-up call, you know what I mean? But most women don't even like each other, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So that's why the DV is very high within a woman to woman relationship, you know what I mean, intimate relationship. But anywho, I'm a fast forward this video here to a certain point. I got to mark down, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shouts out to doing the work. I'm back. For those of you that follow me on social media, when I said I'm back, I mean I meant that. That's serious. I'm back. I got my notes again. You know what I mean? I feel good about it too. You know what I mean? Because like my last couple of episodes, I didn't really have no notes. I was kind of winging it. You know what I mean? Hey. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? But I got my notes again. I'm back at it. I'm doing my thing, baby. Yes, sir. Shouts out to CMG out here, to myself. I gotta big up myself. You know what I mean? You gotta be positive in this thing. But anywho's, I'm gonna fast forward and we're gonna continue to let her cook.
Lord have mercy. The number one thing is the stress that men have to deal with
Fair use.
in the world that is not the same as women, okay? Because women really have it in their mind that men are not being trained. They're just not being taught how to communicate. They're not being taught how to feel. Women really think that this is an educational difference between men and women as opposed to a neurological and biological difference. They don't understand that. So they don't understand that the male has a threshold of what he can handle and what he cannot handle.
I really like that point she made right there, and that's what I'm saying. This all goes into when I was saying that she's getting a real wake up call. But there's a point that she just started teaching. I think like a few months ago or what have you. You know what I mean? That it is not, you know, it's not the educational difference. You know what I mean? It's that we're biologically different. You know what I mean? We're wired different. You know what I mean? When it comes to, you know, our anatomy, when it comes to, you know, how we're wired inside, you know, our psyche. You know what I mean? Our chromosomes are different. You know what I mean? Well, yes, we're all human, but we're all different. That's a point that I love that she evolved to, from woman empowerment to understanding that both sides are different. You know what I mean? And we have to understand each other more, but she's gonna get it to that. We're gonna let her cook.
So women don't understand that they're placing an enormous amount of pressure and weight on men that exceed the capabilities of males by nature, which is part of the reason why so many males fail, because by nature, males are not social creatures. The male's nature is designed,
fair use,
in the wild to spend all his time and energy trying to build himself up to be a competitor against other men, to conquer them, to win the reward of being able to pass his genes along. And as a result of that, the male is not wired to be a caretaker. He is not wired to be quote unquote social and family oriented. He's not wired to be monogamous. So you now take this person out of a individual where he has to be really solo. You take him out of a solo, one man, every man for himself environment, and put him in a social system, and now tell him to do everything that goes against how he's wired. From thoughts, behaviors, sex, everything.
Now, she's cooking, but I disagree to a certain point, that men aren't not social creatures. You know what I mean? Yeah, we just operate in society in a different fashion, if you will. We're very, you know what I'm saying, social creatures. We're all human, so, you know. But I think what she's definitely trying to say here is that, you know, pretty much that we operate different. You know what I mean? Women are more of a nurturing faction. You know what I mean? So they're more prone to being more social than men are. Men are generally, we thrive off of purpose. You know, we don't have purpose, and we don't really have, you know, the will to live without purpose. And that's just how we're wired. We're wired to lead and create things, and, you know what I mean, and run things, so to speak. You know what I mean, as far as like when it comes to leaderships and things in that nature. You know what I mean? That's we're just naturally wired that way. But we're definitely all social beings. That's when, you know, that's when you get networking and camaraderie and a brotherhood and things in that nature, you know what I mean? Able to, you know, very well communicate with different people once, you know, adapt that skill, because, you know, not everybody know how to communicate very well, and that's just all across the board, you know what I mean? But once we do learn how to communicate, you know, it's been proven that most males are better communicators than a female. You know what I mean? As it comes to being social, but as far as nurturing, we don't have that, and that's why we live this hard knock life as men. I mean, because we're hard on ourselves. You know what I mean? We even hard on ourselves. You know, that's why it brings out that personality, that persona of us being hard on each other. He was like, hey, come on, bro. You know what I mean? You got this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We big each other up, but we're like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You could have done better here. We're very more of a criticizing nature. You know what I mean? Because we're always trying to figure out things, you know, the solution to things. So we're less likely to be, you know, I don't want to say delusional, but we're less likely to be, you know, overly positive. You know what I mean? I guess that would be the right word. Like, not to say we're not positive, but to be overly positive, like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You got it right now. You know, this is what you at right now. You know, to live in that world. But, you know, because we're generally wired to be like, this is reality. Like me myself right there within my YouTube journey, reality is I'm a very, 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 very small channel. That's a reality. You know, whereas a chick may be like, you know, nah, it's big. It's just not big right now, but it's a big channel. I'm doing big things, though. I'm doing big things. It's very positive. Me, I'm just like, no, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, I'm working towards that. I hopefully that's a good example, but we're gonna continue to let her cook.
It all goes against the male's nature. And then the women, because women hate self, I figured out women hate themselves and they hate other women. So because of that, because women do not have camaraderie amongst themselves, they have no loyalty amongst themselves, and they have no support.
And see, she just kind of brought in the point that I just said. So, like, she contradicts herself because she's trying to still support the women empowerment thing while also coming to a realization, and I mean, it's a good and a bad thing, you know. I've noticed that still, even with Kendra G, you know what I mean, she's still trying to uphold that women empowerment, but she come to a realization of what's going on, what's reality, you know what I mean, but while still trying to uphold it. It's a rough transition to, you know, go full out, you know, what most people would call red pills, you know what I mean? And Princella is on that path getting red pilled, you know what I mean? And I think I shared it last week. There was a clip from this actual podcast where she talks about her relationship, you know what I mean? The scandal that came out about her last relationship or what have you, you know, where she really got this wake up call, like, yo, yeah, I mean, I ain't even gotta, you know, be a full out male to, you know, catch this heat from these women. You know, I just gotta present myself as masculine, and boom, yeah, you gonna catch that heat. You know, if you present yourself as masculine, you gonna catch that heat. But like I said, she's having a rough transition. Anyways, let's let her cook.
Amongst themselves, they have abandoned their relationships with their true supporters that could help them in child rearing and everything, and they look to men to replace women and take on the duties of women. That's what they're doing. And so they're trying to put so much weight on men being caretakers, helpers in the house, making all this money, competing with other men, but it's messed up because women also inhibit male development by coddling males too much, stepping in and handling conflict for males to the point where they can't integrate socially, they can't be competitors. So the male is really hindered. Then when he gets into a relationship, he's not been able to juggle all of this stuff. And since the women,
Yeah, now she's going into a whole bunch of, bimble babble. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm gonna stop it right there, because I got the main, I got two more topics to cover. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna stop it right there. It's not a lot of that actually that's going on. It's like she's starting to get to that bimble babble, you know what I mean? And it sounds like the way she articulates herself, it sounds like it makes sense, but it don't. You know what I mean? It's like, when in the world have women ever fought men's battle? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That never happened. You know what I mean? And and to even speak anecdotally, I never had a woman fight my battles. Like, every battle that I had to fight on my own. You know what I mean? And that still exists in this world today. We got a bigger battle now, with women empowerment and women trying to like say that they're better than men and things in that nature. We got a bigger battle now. Not only do we, have to take extreme accountability, but we also have to take heat from the women trying to compete with the men, you know what I mean? Like, and women bashing us in the communities and things of that nature, you know what I mean? Which is bringing me to the next point. While we're having a crisis, we're declining as far as a population over here in America, you know what I mean?
Emotional damage.
And also in the West, and just in the Western society, you know what I mean? Like, not just America, you got, Canada, you got, parts of Europe and things in that nature. But, you know what I mean? I live in America, so I'm talking about America. You know what I mean? We're declining. We having a birth crisis for thought process like that. You know what I mean? Like, what, women are fighting men's battle, now we being hindered. No, men are just more than likely, if whatever she thinks she's seeing is men just stepping back and letting them let most women that think they're better than men or equal to a man, fight their own battles. It's not a hindrance. We just gonna let you fight your own battles at this point. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to do that? You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to fix your own car? You want to go out and work and try to pay all the bills? Go ahead. Go ahead, be my guest, you know what I'm saying? Be my guest, go ahead, do it. And that's mostly what's happening right now, but that's why I had to stop right there, because she started talking about this, she start going to this tangent where she talk, do that whole bimble babble, word salad bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I can only take so much of it, because when people start, I'm a very chronological thinker, you know what I mean? When people start talking, saying a bunch of word salad, you know what I mean? Very great articulators, you know what I mean? They speak very well, but I could understand, I guess, because I read as well, you know what I mean? I'm not the most articulate person. I'm learning to be more articulate the more I do this YouTube thing, but I'm not the most articulate person, but I do understand word salad. You know what I'm saying? When I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's word salad. That's because nothing you just said made sense. Nothing you just said made sense at all. You know what I mean? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Hey, chill.
Hey, but we gonna move forward. You know what I mean? My shows are starting to become a little bit long. I think I'm getting a little bit more long-winded, but it's all good. It's all good. Rock with me. Please remember, we are an hour and some change into the show. Please remember to like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Like, as my, little buttons here have showed you. Please remember to like and subscribe and, rock with your boy. Hit that like button. Boost this video up. You know what I'm saying? Boost the podcast up. Share your boy. You know what I mean? Especially if you're enjoying the show. But anyways, we're going to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So, piggybacking off of, Princella, like I said, the dating coaches I think they lost their way. A lot of people getting wake up calls. A lot of dating coaches are, rage quitting. You know what I'm saying? They falling down hard. You know what I'm saying? But anywho's, we are having a birth rate crisis in the U.S., meaning our population is declining tremendously at a very rapid pace because, like I said, baby deletion is at an all-time high. You know what I mean? And most people are using that as a contraception instead of, being responsible in they, intimate life. You know what I mean? They little intimate world, you know what I mean? Being intimate with people, you know what I'm saying? They're not responsible in their relationship world. You know what I mean? A lot of people are still practicing the pull-up game and all that different things. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a little Netflix and chill, so I ain't gonna put that in the equation. I like Netflix. So shouts out to Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But anywho's, but it's a lot of things going on with the gender war, with the, feminism movement and things of that nature, where homes are being literally separated. You know what I mean? Tarnished, destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional
Divorces are at an all-time high. Marriages are at an all-time low. You know what I mean? And kids are not being birthed at the rate that we were, especially like in the baby boomer area. You know what I'm saying? It was a more family orientation. Yeah, it was still the BS. It was still the feminism movement going on, but it wasn't as egregious as it is now. You know what I mean? To the point where families and, households is being destroyed. You know what I mean? And less children being born. You know what I mean? Just the community is being broken and divided. You know what I mean? And coming from a very war standpoint, like if we was to ever break out at wars, like I said, men operate on purpose. Off of purpose. It's like we don't have any purpose, and you're gonna have less people joining the military. You know what I mean? That's gonna start declining. Less people want to fight for the country. Less, you know what I mean? Less of everything. We will completely get destroyed in the war. You know what I mean? Not quite yet. It haven't got that detrimental yet, but it's heading towards that direction. You know what I mean? And we have to, get back to conservatism. You know what I mean? To a certain point, and not necessarily religious conservatism, but just conservatism in general. You know what I mean? Well, we have nuclear relationships, nuclear marriages, or if you're, polyamorous, you know what I mean? That, you could be conservative in a polyamorous relationship. You know, that's very possible. You know what I mean? Things in that nature. So we got to get back to being family, to family oriented and community and things in that nature. But I got some stats and things in that nature when it comes to, if you think I'm lying, you know what I mean? So just to prove my point here, and I'm not going to stay on this topic too long because it's another topic that I do want to get to. All right, here we go. Look at that. All right, so check me out here. It's a whole video. I don't want to play their reaction, but shouts out to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, and before I continue, I know I said fair use a couple of times. So, shouts out to the real streets, for that podcast with Miss Priscilla. You know what I mean? But like I said, birth per 1,000 women, ages 15 to 44. You know what I mean? It was at a high. 70 per 1,000 children were being born in the 80s and the 90s. 90s, yeah. You had H-Town, you know what I'm saying? Out here, you know what I mean? Your body rocking, knocking your boots. Yeah, it was babies going around. Babies flying everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look. All that good stuff, you know what I mean? In the 80s, it dropped a little bit, but, 80s was at a point where, we started going back up, but the 80s was a consequence or the result of, like I said, the 1960s, sexual revolution and not sexual revolution, but sexual liberation and the feminism movement. It was a result of that. That's why we had a little bit of a decrease. But the baby boomer era, we was at an all time. We was up here in the graph, and I should have did more on my homework. You know what I mean, and actually found the graphs and the datas. To actually show you guys that, but it was at an all-time high. It was around, I think, like 90 to 100 per 1,000 women, having kids. You know what I mean? It was crazy, and that's why they called it the baby boomer era, because it was like, it was a lot of families, a lot of communities, a lot of build up. Man, it was dope. But then, like I said, the 1960s, feminism movement, the result of that happened. And started happening more so in the 70s and the 80s, as you can see right here. You know what I mean? Then we had an incline because, the 90s, you know what I mean? You had, H-Town was knocking rock in your boots, you know what I mean? That 90s R&B, you know what I mean? You had Janet Jackson out here, talking about her freakish little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Janet, you know what I'm saying? You had Casey and JoJo out here, you know what I mean? You had all this good R&B. The R&B had a good height. Hey, R&B was dope as hell back in the 90s, man. I mean, most music was, you know what I mean? And, music is a big influence. So, and a lot of us, especially in the Black community, was trying to get back to, that, Black excellence, you know what I mean? Get back to being more, community driven. Being more together. We was trying to get back to that because we lost our way for a period of time, and then I don't know what happened. I'm not the biggest history buff, but I grew up around that time. I was very cognizant, but it was like the freaking around just went too crazy. You know what I mean? And that's I partially blame that on men in the community because there was this thing called game. You know what I'm saying? Where most men would go around lying to women just to get inside them drawers. You know what I'm saying? That was that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So it took a big turn in our community. Where we used to dog people for being fast. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. If you don't know what fast mean, like outside of the technical meaning of the word, but the urban meaning of that word, you know what I mean, from back in the day, then you're probably a little bit young watching this, you know what I mean? But fast meaning, you was fornicating outside of marriage, you know what I'm saying, or fornicating with a bunch of different people, or as what we say today, a high body count. You was fast, you know what I'm saying,
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill, but I had to elaborate on that. But yeah, you see, it took a big drop. Then I guess we was trying to come back around 2007, and then we dropped the ball. Boom. You know what I mean? And it all plays from, like I said, the second wave feminism. That came from that. You know what I mean? Just, we were breaking down the history a little bit. They got a little bit of things here, more stats and statistics, you know what I'm saying? Under 3.6 million born in 2023. 76,000 less than 2022. 2023 births, lowest 1 year tally since 1979. And that coincides to what I just said, you know what I mean? It was the baby boomer era. Then it was the 1960s second wave feminism movement. And that's when the sexual liberation happened. And you see it's been a major decline since 1979. You know what I mean? Fertility rate went from 2.1 kids to 1.6 kids per woman. U.S. dropped 4% from 2019 to 2020. And these are recent data, outside of, going back to the baby booming era, and not only did, the feminism movement took effect too, a lot of people start losing, sight of your health. You know what I mean? It's your health too. you know, is I have to find it again. There was a video I was watching where they talked about that, and I was also reading up on it too as well. I like to read every once in a while when I'm interested in something, you know what I mean? But I do read quite a bit, you know what I mean? I'm not an avid reader, but I do read a lot though. So, but anywho's, there was a video that I was watching when they was talking about, you know, the benefits of being and staying healthy and going to the gym, you know, getting yourself in shape. You know, your fertility rate goes up. Like, you become more fertile. You know what I mean? With men, you know, of course, our specimen count goes up. You know, the more we work out, the more our blood is flowing, because the blood, you know, plays a part in all of that. Same thing with women. They actually gain a little bit of eggs. It declines still, but you know, you gain a little bit back. You know what I mean? The fertility rate goes up. You're more fertile. You have a higher chance of having kids. The more you stay in the gym, you take care of your body. You know, you stay true to your diet and things of that nature. All that matters. You know what I mean? It's not just, you know, the relationship deal. You know what I mean? Because you can be in a relationship with somebody for 10 years. You could be the best man, the best chicks in your relationship or whatever have you. But if you're not taking care of your body, I guarantee you have a low chance of having kids too. You know what I mean? So for those of you that want kids, you know what I mean? Take care of yourself. And not just, you know, just to have kids, but just, you know, you trying to stay here as long as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just perishing, like, well, you know, F it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eventually perish anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
Hey, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is your body. You know what I mean? It's like it really blows me how people don't really want to take care of their body. I don't understand that. I really don't get that. It's hard for me to understand. You know what I mean? It doesn't register in my brain. I don't compute. You know what I mean? I kind of get that thumb. You know what I mean? That blue screen of death's tone. You know what I mean? If you're a tech person, you know what I mean? That thumb. Like, oh, it doesn't compute. Like, you don't want to take care of your body. I'm trying to tell you, like, I just recently got back into the gym, right? But the reason why I got back into the gym, because I realized how out of shape I was. And I really don't like, you know, outside of me being an athletic person by nature, you know what I mean? I really didn't like the fact that I was out of shape. And you're like, hey, I know y'all looking at me like, but you're scared. Yeah, hey, look, skinny people could be out of shape. You know what I mean? They could get diabetes and all that. Stop playing with my gangster. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Look, I was out of shape, my boy. You know what I mean? And it feels good to get back into shape. You know what I'm saying? Your body feels better. You don't necessarily have to have coffee. I drink coffee because I enjoy it, but I could really function without coffee. I function a whole day without coffee. You know, turn ranches. You know what I'm saying? Do all that. A whole day, a whole 16 to 18 hours, and be fine. I promise you. The energy and, you know, things you get back from taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? But this is why we having this crisis. A lot of people are either overweight or obese. Males too. And there's not no whole male women type of thing. Everybody here is either overweight or obese. High cholesterol, all that. High calories and not enough, you know, pressure on your body. Not enough movement. You can't have high calories and then don't do anything. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Somebody calling me. It's that bull. Anywho's. You can't do it. It's just like, you know, hey, we got to do better over here as people. As a country, we got to do better. We gotta do better. We gotta get back on our diet. We gotta get back in the gym. We gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta get back on the herbs. You know what I mean? And not the hallucinogen herbs. I mean, you could do that too, but you know what I mean. Shout out to cannabis. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about regular like tea and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Your teas, your regular herbal remedies. You know what I mean? Outside of just pharmaceutical drugs, your pharmaceutical drugs. There's a balance. You can use pharmaceutical drugs to sustain yourself, to while you working and stuff like that. But you use the herbs to heal yourself. You know what I mean? But I can go deeper to that. But I'm not like a master at herbalism, so I can't really. I can give a little bit of advice about it, but you know what I mean? But just take that one. Take that one I do know. That one I do know. I know how to make some oils and things in that nature or whatever. But anyways, I'm not going to go that deep into it. But take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. That is the only way we're going to be able to fix the birth crisis. But, we're know-it-alls over here in America. Shouts out to America, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of us want to listen to that, so take it for what it is. Hey, I'm just on here talking, entertaining, and giving you the knowledge and the data out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we are in a crisis. Be very worried, because we're on a very, very bad path right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna move forward. We're going to get into this main topic here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into this main topic. So, like I said in the beginning of the show, I hope your week has been doing well. I hope you continue on this journey. The main topic is plan for the best in your journey to success. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to success. You know what I mean? And when I talk about, planning your journey to success, I've had tangible things. I've had, a little bit of money in my pocket. You know what I mean? I made over $60K a year. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done these type of things. So I don't never really just be talking out the side of my neck. You know what I mean? It's not just about finances. It's about understanding yourself, because just as well as you can get that, you can lose it just that fast. Just that fast. And if you watched any of my earlier videos from like a year ago, right? I talked about understanding yourself. You got to know yourself. You have to know yourself and what's best for you. That is the only way you're going to get to success. That's the only way you're going to be productive. That's the only way you're going to progress. That's the only way you're going to, what a lot of us like to say, bring heaven on earth. For you. You got to know yourself. You got to understand yourself. You got to be a man or woman enough to understand your mistakes and understand how to fix them. You got to be man or woman enough to look at your mistakes and know that was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get in too deep in it. Plan for the best in your journey to success. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means plan. It means what it just says. I'm very, straightforward person. I never really, put names and things in that nature on different topics and things in that nature. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very straightforward. Plan. Okay. So check this out. For example, right? If I'm, I got a calendar right here, by the way. It's a small calendar. It's a weekly calendar. You know what I mean? It's empty. I write things down, what I'm going to do on certain days. Schedule yourself out. You know what I mean? Schedule. You got to have a schedule. You got to have a calendar. I talked about this before, like a year ago. You have a calendar. Schedule yourself. Be, organized. You have to organize yourself. You know what I mean? You're able to go to work and you be like, okay, I got to be at work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I'm off Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. You know what I mean? If you have that type of schedule. Or I'm going to work from Monday to Friday, right? From 8 to 5, right? You know what I mean? But you could do that for yourself, especially when you're like in your entrepreneur and you're doing business. You have to have these different type of schedules. You know what I mean? You schedule yourself like you at a job. You know what I mean? And that's how you plan. So, you know, if I go to work from 8 to 5, but I want to do this thing, you know what I mean? This is the thing that I really want to pursue outside of a company, right? You know what I mean? You got to schedule yourself. Maybe from 6 to 7, I work on this thing. But we break that down to details, right? You break it down to a certain detail. It's like, okay, what is the you know, next step to get to where I'm going? And you work on that step until you accomplish that step. You have to focus on your step. Yes, you see the bigger picture. You keep your eyes on the prize. The big picture is, I want to be here. I want to be here. You know what I mean? So you have to schedule yourself. You know what I mean? Come up with a budget plan. There's spreadsheets. You know what I mean? You know, Microsoft is what, like $6 a month. $6 a month, and you have the whole Microsoft suite. Excel is a beautiful, 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 beautiful application. It's very useful, very resourceful. You could write the days of the week down on there, and that'd be your little calendar right there. On Monday, this is what I do. At this time. You know what I mean? Things in that nature. You got to break your steps down too as well. You're like, well, true, I don't really know the steps to get to where I'm going. I'm just kind of winging it. That's fine. That's fine. So, okay, what you do is you go get you a mentor. Whether you pay for it or you just so happen to have somebody in your network or your circle that knows how to get to where you're going. Find you a mentor. Work with that mentor. And if that mentor is just your mentor, you know, and you're not really paying for it, throw them a couple of bones. You know what I'm saying? Throw him a couple of bones. Him or her. Throw him a couple of bones. It's like, hey, look, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of deal. You know what I mean? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
But look, you know what I mean? Y'all know exactly what I'm saying, though. Get you a mentor. Get somebody that could tell you where to go. Ask questions. You know, that brings me to a certain point. Somebody, you know, advised me to read a book. A certain book that I'm currently reading right now. You know what I mean? Ask questions. This is one of the biggest things in life, man. A lot of people fail to ask questions. You know, and if you grew up, you know, during the time frame that I grew up, you know, I'm in my mid 30s, so I grew up during the 90s, right? Late 80s, during the 90s. There was this thing that the teachers used to say: the dumbest questions to ask is the ones that you don't ask. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the teachers from back in the day. Hey, 90s teachers was hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? They were hard. They were hard. They were gangster. They were gangster. You know what I'm saying? They did their thing back in the day. Education was important to them. You know what I mean? But the dumbest questions to ask is the ones that you don't ask. Plain and simple. If you ask, a closed mouth don't get fed. That's why I'm advising, hey, go get you a mentor. Go get you a mentor of a person that have already been through this. And I spoke about this maybe a year or so ago, right? Their journey might not be yours. But this all falls back to understanding yourself as well. Their journey, the way they walk the path might not be the same way you walk the path. But they can give you advisory to expedite that path. Or to get to where you're going, to get to where you want to go quicker. You know what I mean? And this all falls back into, you know, organize it. Plan it for your success. Plan it for your success. You got to plan, but you also got to execute that plan. First, what I want everybody to do is organize yourself. Let's get organized first. If you haven't already started to organize yourself, calendar, schedule. Treat this like whatever you are pursuing to do, treat it like it's a 9 to 5. Right? So right now, look, you know what I mean? And I'm just giving a little bit of my, my schedule. My schedule is, when we look at the calendar, I'm not exactly move the camera because I got it set the way I want to set. But anywho's, you know what I mean? When you look at what on my calendar, on Saturdays, I record. Sundays, I edit the episode. When I edit the episode, I distribute. I schedule out for Monday. So this episode, you're going to see this on Monday. Tuesday, I'm clip editing. I clip my shows. My show is relatively long. It's a podcast. You know what I mean? But that's a schedule. I'm scheduling myself to spend a certain amount of time on these days. Maybe an hour, 2 hours. You know what I mean? Boom, you got your schedule. Now we got to execute. You got a schedule. You are able to execute now. As long as you stick to that schedule, you're able to execute and you can watch the progression happen. You could watch the progression happen. Oh, I made a mistake here. Now I'm going to do better here. Right? So now that you got your schedule, you know what to do. Boom. Okay. I know what I got to do on those certain days, on those certain times. Boom. Cool. You can even get you a weekly whiteboard. It's a whiteboard, but it's a weekly like schedule here. You know what I mean? It's like a whiteboard, but it got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. But yeah, it got that on there. You know what I mean? It's a weekly schedule. That's what I'm doing on a weekly basis. As far as it pertains to my YouTube thing. I got my 9 to 5 is, I fix cars. That's what I mean by turning wrenches. You know what I mean? Knuckle busters out here. You feel me? Word. All right. But you know what I mean? Now that you got your schedule, you know what to do. Or you know when and where to do what you need to do. Mentor. You got a mentor. Okay, you need to do this, and that. This is why. Okay, now I know what to do on these days because my mentor told me. That's the purpose of having a mentor or somebody of experience that can give you advisory. Or your experience and knowing, okay, I need to do this and this and this and that. You made a bunch of mistakes already. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do now. This is how you get to knowing what to do. Either from making your own mistakes and or having a mentor. Boom. You got your mentor. I have yet to get a YouTube mentor yet. You know what I mean? But I do learn secondhand from other people. I do watch other channels and watch how they grow their channels and how they set their stuff up. I do learn from that. I don't know in all detail. I would love to talk to those different people. Maybe if they had a coaching service, I would definitely, pay for it. I've yet to do that yet. They'll ever say words twice. Anywho's, I've yet to do that. But I'm working my way up to doing that. You know what I mean? It doesn't really fit into my budget. That's the other thing. I'll talk about budget maybe next week or something. Boom. But those are the reasons why you get a mentor or, you make mistakes. Don't be scared to make mistakes. Understanding yourself and understanding what those mistakes are. Like, okay, I could do this in order to fix this. Okay, so I could do this on that day. I could do that, and that's the part of this because it all works. And when you got those few things in mentor, your schedule, when and what to do, your why. That plays into knowing yourself. The why is always plays into knowing yourself. What about you? Is you. You know what I mean? The why is the most important one too. But in the detailed schedule and planning for your success, you know what I mean? Once you understand the why, once you made the mistakes and or have a mentor, you have your schedule, you start watching the progression happen. You start watching that progression just, take off. Oh, I'm growing here, I'm growing there. This is crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's just how it works. You grow. The more you work, the more you grow. And you continue on with those things. Schedule. What to do. And you get that from having from a mentor or your mistakes or your mistakes, both. So schedule, mentor, mistakes. Schedule, mentor, mistakes. Schedule, mentor, mistakes. Schedule, mentor, mistakes. And that's how you grow. That's how you grow. If you want to get better in investing, right? Go get your financial advisor. That's a mentor. They get paid off of your investment, but it's a mentor. You know how to invest now. You know what to do. You know where to go. You know what I mean? Schedule, mentor, mistakes. Schedule, mentor, mistakes, and here comes success. In that order. Schedule, mentor, mistakes, success. Schedule, mentor, mistakes, success. Like I said, when it comes to scheduling, you can use Excel. Excel, you can put Excel on your phone nowadays. Where's my phone at? Hold on. My phone be acting crazy. You can put Excel on your phone. Do I have Excel on my phone? I'm trying to see. No, I don't have it right this second. I download it, but you look. I'm in the Apple store. Microsoft Excel on the phone. You can put Excel on the phone and create a whole calendar. So there's no excuses on scheduling yourself, and follow that schedule. Don't fall off. And you see that thing, like you can go on your calendar, especially if you have iPhone. You could do it on Android too, because I used to do it on my Android. You go on Google Calendar or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what's new in my calendars. Yo, that was one of my Google Calendar is connected. That was one of my things when I had my Android. Follow your dreams. Stay on task. Stay on schedule. That's my personal calendar on my phone. So you can even put it on your calendar on your phone, and it'll send you a notification to remind you, hey, you need to do this. I'm not lying to you all. This is how you get to where you're going. Right now, I'm rebuilding. I'm doing a couple of things, starting over. So I'm going through my struggle, going through my journey. But I guarantee you at the end, it's going to be big. And I want to see you there at the top too as well. All of you. Let's get this thing. Let's get this coffee. Let's conquer this journey. And let's get to success. All right. If you enjoyed this show, go ahead. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to like it and subscribe. You made it all the way to the end. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. If you made it all the way to the end, it's like I told you before. If you make it to the end, you will be inspired. You will be motivated. You will be self-improved. We all about getting to success. We all about this coffee, this water, you know what I'm saying? And success. Getting to where you going. However that looks like. Let's continue on this journey. Coffee Game Party people. Y'all know what it is. CafeMorningGrind@gmail.com. CafeMorningGrind@gmail.com. And I will leave my links to my social media in the description. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Or whenever you watching it, have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you next week, party people. Y'all know what it is. Cafe Morning Grind, baby. Let's get it. Now brew me a cup of that motivation. Peace.